missed the draft, but welcome back to round, well, actually 5, I guess. So after Blitz was draft 8 people, Aria, we ended up with 3 Oldhim, 3 Briar, 2 Lexi. You drafted Oldhim.
Yep.
Went 1-1. So you were 3-1 into CC rounds. So stayed at the top table and went Oldhim into CC as well.
Yeah, well, I thought Oldhim would be quite a good pick because, as we all know, Briar is super popular right now.
Yep.
And I know a few people in the store were quite keen on it as well.
Yeah, and this was happening around day 1 or something, or 2 of American nationals, US nationals, and of course all the other nationals. But yeah, and the calling hadn't happened yet, so I'd like to put it out there that you were well on the curve.
Well on top of the curve.
Well on the ball.
Oldhim is kind of the Briar killer, I think.
Force to be reckoned with. So, round 5 up against Carl on Briar, Warden of Thorns.
And this isn't the Briar that we've seen top callings and things like that. This is more of a mid-range build.
Okay.
Which, going forward, I feel like is possibly the way Briar will go.
Bit safer.
Bit safer, a little bit less punishable.
Yeah. Because the red line, if you want to call it red line Briar, all red attacks, some ball lightnings, which don't block, load of 2 blocks, load of reds. It's quite susceptible to big attack decks or relevant attack decks.
Yeah, once that deck starts blocking, it's just game over pretty much.
And maybe even we mentioned in an earlier video, maybe CC Wizards gonna crush the current Briar if people keep trying to do it, because they can't null rune against you.
No way.
You say, oh, you want a race? All right. something into blazing. There's 17 damage. But anyhow, so who won the die roll here? Sorry,
looks like Carl. First.
Yep, so he chose to go first. So we'll see what he wants to do on turn 1. Don't know if you want to just set up here or try and get some attacks in, filter your hand.
So this is just Heaven's Claws for 5, I suppose.
Pitching Pulse for later. Blocked out Arsenal.
Yeah, so there is some... I mean, I'm sure he may have had the option of just playing a couple of non-attacks and making a lightning embodiment, but possibly that wasn't available to him. And then Oldhim just doing what Oldhim does best, is attacking with his hammer, making a frostbite if it hits.
Pitching your Pulse, it looks like. So both players turn 1 Pulse pitch. Oh my goodness, that's a disgusting first turn. You're given Briar of all decks a frostbite and gone up to 43 and Arsenal pass. Crown ready to go. And I guess from what we saw at the calling in America when the Nationals was on, of course that guy who won, I saw him running Tech Plate into the Briars there, but you've gone for the Tunic. So.
Oh yeah, I actually probably should have mentioned that. Yeah, I really, really like Tunic because the games, for one, are so long that you're going to gain more resources than Tunic would Tech Plating would possibly give you.
Right. Yeah.
And another problem is that because the threats are so spaced out in Oldhim, like there's not that many Guardian attacks really. You're not actually going to get much off your Seismic Surge token. It's not going to give you many discounts.
Right, okay.
So on the whole, Tunic gives you more resources.
Yeah.
It blocks for less, but if you think about it, using Tunic to block with the Ram's Head is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, nice. Which, of course, Prism does sometimes as well into Footsteps.
Yeah.
So it looks like Plunder Run from Arsenal, I think it was, and then he Sonated, and he hit Sonata. You prevented 1 Arcane from Null Rune Boots. And then he's coming in with a Heaven's Claw for... Not sure what colour Heaven's Claw that is, but
it might be 8 damage, I think.
+3, yeah. So 8 go again, threatening to draw a card. That's quite good. and we know he's got an attack in hand from Sonata, which was a Rites of Lightning, I believe, which could be another go again. He's got a resource floating. Ram's Head.
Oh, and a red Staunch blocking 8.
Oh. That is a staunch response. To be fair, that feels like more of an Oldhim card as well than even a Bravo card, even though it's from Welcome to Wrath.
It's just so convenient to be able to pitch a blue block with shield and staunch.
True.
And red obviously is an insane amount.
Yeah.
Block.
Well, 7, I guess 7 and 8 are quite relevant attack numbers at the moment.
Oh, and another defense react perfectly blocking that Rites of Lightning.
Sink below, choosing to filter, so putting last card from your hand on the bottom and drawing a card. Maybe you didn't have the blue pitch or the ice pitch, and let's see if you drew the blue ice card here off the sink below.
Did not. It's going in Arsenal.
Oh bugger.
Oh well. There's going to be a lot more turns to attack with the hammer from here.
Yep.
So I'm actually not 100% sure if the red and blue ratio in this deck is 100% yet, but I think there are a few red heavy hands.
Do you play much yellow?
Not particularly.
So not going for the combined defense reaction play too often?
No, not that often, no.
How relevant do you think the ice react option is for Oldhim against like these aggro decks that are going again?
The main problem is that you kind of like having cards in hand to block with.
Right.
And it's not like you're denying them making them decide between keeping a resource card or keeping a attack. Like all their attacks are the same, basically. They have so much redundancy.
So there's not times where you're literally reacting with ice to put their second attack on top of their deck?
Yeah, well, that's a possibility. I don't think I've ever I've done that much, actually. I don't think I've quite managed to get that off.
So is this 5 go again?
It's a 5 go again. I just take 1.
And then Autumn's Touch.
Yeah.
One of my favourites in draft. A block 3 Earth card that attacks for 5, 6 or 7.
Yeah, and the red is actually not that much to laugh at in Constructed.
Well, 7 damage is 7 damage, isn't it? Block with CNC and take 4. So an embodiment of the Earth token.
Cards managed to get me below 40 now. Big achievement.
Yeah.
And just throwing out another Command and Conquer. So this deck is basically built around just how impactful Command and Conquer is.
Okay.
So there's actually 2 Remembrance in the list, and a lot of Pummels, and also Winter's Bite.
Okay.
Combos quite well with Command and Conquer, essentially the same way Pummel does, in that it makes them discard more cards than they normally would, or block with more cards essentially.
Yep. So who's in the tank on this one? Any non-attack's gonna block for 1 extra, but looks like he might have a few attack actions.
He's only got 1 embodiment, so it's still a 2-card block to stop all of this damage.
Yep.
Being able to block a Command and Conquer with 1 card must be a pretty nice achievement.
Yeah. So I'm surprised, like, I haven't tried Briar out yet, but I would like to try to fit into the build some more 3 defense non-attack actions, so that you're getting, kind of like that pseudo extra +1 already compared to what the decks are playing now. And then if you have a bigger turn and you hit them 3 times, you can just block with the I don't know what it would be, but is it force of nature?
Force of nature. Actually, doesn't Captain's Call, which is being played at the moment?
No, that's only a 2 block.
Oh, there's one that has 3, is it?
Whispers of the Oracle, but I don't know if you play that in Briar. You could. It's not too bad,
but that Command and Conquer actually got that snatch out of Arsenal.
Wow. Okay, that's a big loss.
And another E-Strike for 5.
Again, I guess if we move to more mid-range Briar, but Oath of the Arknight, is it? The one that gives your next attack plus X, that blocks for 3. And makes a rune chart. So it could be quite a good card in Briar, I think.
Yeah, because you don't want to just have your bad blocking cards just turn into average blocking cards, I guess. So tomorrow and Ram's Head. Oh! And here Blizzard is trying to prevent the go again from the E-Strike, but it looks like there's some... He's got enough to pay for it. Pitching a Tome of Harvests.
Tome of Harvests, so he's still got 1. Rosetta Thorn with no arcane. Just too physical.
So even though the Blizzard didn't prevent the go again, it possibly made the turn a little bit more anemic.
Oh, absolutely. I think he had a plan before that Blizzard came up.
Yeah.
We'll see what that Arsenal card ends up being, because he could have pitched a 3 to play it, whatever it is. I think it's CNC, isn't it? Didn't I see a CNC in his hand before? Maybe it was an E-Strike, but we'll see. Oof. Blocks on the equipment.
Yeah.
That's fair enough if his hand's good.
If his hand's not going to be able to survive having a Frostbite token.
Sonata. Nice start to a turn. Oh,
the whiff.
Oh, it's a whiff. That's a bummer. So we saw a channel Mount Heroic there.
Yeah, it's actually an insanely powerful card for Earth Briars. We're not seeing it much in the wider scene because everyone's going Lightning, but it's actually a card that can cause some insane turns.
Well, old Cam, who's on this channel every now and then, he's built quite a big Earth Briar of sorts, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I always hear him saying, CNC for 11, go again. It's which I think's with a Heroic, Mount Heroic and something else.
Yeah.
Sounds disgusting.
It's gross.
So that
was what
Arsenal?
Was in Arsenal. It was just an awesome touch.
So he was going to E-Strike into that. So you would have had 7 coming over instead of
just 2. So it kind of it was a block.
Block 5.
Block 5 Blizzard.
Blizzard block 5. That's pretty good. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, I'm actually... I think everyone knows by now that... we love Fab. But I was just saying earlier video that I want to play some Wizard. And then when we were last chatting, I was... maybe I want to play Dorinthia again. But I also want to build Icelexia in CC.
Oh. Yeah.
With blizzards and channels and stuff as a sideboard option, and just after that draft the other day, I find often drafts inspire my constructed builds. I want to play a hero or a build after I've drafted something. Is that Plunder from Arsenal?
Yes.
And that's pretty strong. But yeah, I mean, I can see why you feel comfortable playing Oldhim, here so far in this video, this game. It just feels like he's just doing
every
big
turn.
Attacks, and you're just stopping big attacks.
Yeah, every turn taken, 7 damage this game? Oh, I've gained 6 life, so it's actually 10 damage. And basically every turn apart from that one where I didn't draw red from sync, I've hit with hammer. So it's basically plan A going fully through,
Yep.
And this is an E-strike for 8, so I just can kind of just triple block it. Yeah? Is that what's happening? No, never mind.
Block 9. Oh.
Here's my confidence in changing my mind a few times.
Going for crown instead. Did you draw a staunch response off the
It looks
crown?
like it.
It's like your third staunch response this game, eh? Oh, he's got the
a razor.
razor. 13.
13.
Oh,
So he did +2.
he's
okay,
bluffed
and that's
the
good.
razor. He's just going for that's hype. So he's plunder run from Arsenal and he's E-striking for 7. So it's 10 and knowing
It's
he's got
10,
the razor.
And I'm currently blocking.
Which is a good
4.
bluff there by Carl, I have to say, because... Oh no, he pitched the card to play the razor though. But still, I mean... You could reasonably think he just doesn't have anything else relevant for the turn and he wants to Arsenal maybe. So, he gets there.
Yeah.
Resource floating, I suspect, off the Thunderstep. Nice. That's quite good. Rune Charms and then a 2 and 2. Wait, how'd you prevent 2? Okay.
1 rune chant and 1 from the
Oh, yep.
2.
Yep.
So I took one of the Rosetta damage and then...
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think the reason why I was making so many weird decisions that block is because last ditch effort was in hand, and I kind of want to keep those for the end, obviously.
Yeah, makes sense.
Not that I think this game's going to go to fatigue, but
Hey, you never know.
you never know.
I mean, surely if any hero has a good chance of going to fatigue, it's Oldhim. Like Oldhim when he's playing. In that day, an event, did you ever staunch response for 2 blues? Or for 6?
I don't think so. But blocking for 10, 3 cards is pretty strong.
Yeah.
I think I was thinking about it that last turn, blocking for paying 6 into the staunch, but it was the whole hand. Didn't seem worth it.
Gorganian Tome. And again, just to refer back to the US Nationals and calling weekend, and with this outbreak of Briar aggro, it looks like Gorganian Tome has finally found its time for when both players are playing.
For when you can actually game each other.
Yeah, and you're battling for the who draws 2 and who draws 1. It's pretty interesting.
But oddly enough, it was just an attack.
Oh,
That was actually a very weak turn from Carl, and now I can punish pretty hard with this Endless Winter.
so did you have Tunic there?
Yeah, I had the Tunic counter.
So you
So that's-
Tunic plus a blue for Endless Winter.
So that's
Fusing with a ice card. And it's a Winter's Bite
Yeah.
for next turn, if you don't need to use the crown. Jeepers.
Yeah, so it's a great card to put in Arsenal because it's quite easy to play if it gets left there.
Oh, and he's just
Takes
taking
the
it.
8. Blocking Endless Winter is just a absolute pain because you get a frostbite for each card you block with, obviously. So
Yeah.
often not blocking it is the
Yeah.
lesser of two evils,
Yeah. Oh,
especially.
let's see if he can hit.
Oh,
I've actually cracked Briar, mate. We could play.
two attacks.
You know, we're saying I want to play like the higher defense non-attacks. So Whispers of the Oracle blocks 3 naturally, and then you get some more value off the embodiment. But if you want to play Tome of the Arknight, Whispers into Tome of the Arknight, guarantee the 2
prevents the
draw
bad.
and make a lightning token.
Oh, that's true, and you don't whiff as often.
Yeah, well, you don't whiff pretty much. Red Whispers digs 4.
Oh,
I don't know if you play red though. You play like
I was thinking
yellow or
blue when you first thought about it, but yeah.
Could be hot. And it will help with sonatas as well.
Oh, that's true.
I'm gonna play that Sonata Tome of
if you
Arknight.
can make Sonata even better, then it's
'Cause
already insane.
One thing I've not liked about Briar's lightning tokens is it seems like so far a lot of the non-attacks are like pump cards, you know, and
Yeah.
sometimes you want to just make a lightning token but maybe not attack and set up for the next turn, but
Yeah.
you don't want to feel like you're wasting like a plunder run or a whatever to do that, you know, you'd never do it that
Yeah,
way.
of course.
But yeah, I don't know, that's interesting.
So just throwing out something that just opts and you can set up your draws for next turn.
Yeah, and even
That's a
when
good
you
use
get
of it.
that like you know, pump non-attack into a go again attack, and then you play a second non-attack after your first attack,
Yeah.
that gives you the lightning token, so you could then opt or whatnot there and then make a lightning and then attack with Rosetta and like set up your next turn.
Yeah. That's nice.
I never thought commentating a match would lead me to deck building. But yeah, let's go. I'm building it
Think
tomorrow. You heard it here first. When someone wins a big event with Whispers of the Oracle Briar, we came up with it first.
I better not release the tech in this video.
No, we'll release it. That's what we're
Yeah.
here for. We're here to help. Fab Maniac. But no, Carl's just, it's just looking really tough here, eh? Like, it's just not making much headway.
Yeah,
And-
already had to pitch a card with his grasp from Arsenal, and then now Channel Lake Frigid is going to make
Oh,
things cost
frigid.
more, and he's got a frostbite, so
Oh,
the first thing will cost at least 3.
I feel like that endless winter into this is just really setting the tone and why he is called Oldhim, Grandfather of Eternity, and ice-based.
He just makes you slow down and
Yeah.
makes you feel like a granddad because you can't move very fast.
So did he pay one?
He's paying 2 for this Bramble Spark,
Is he? Oh, wow.
and it is fused.
Good. Bramble Spark is a card, eh? Such a
It's
strong
not
card.
bad.
Seven go again.
Yeah, 7 Gogan and an Arcane.
Well, it's good he had a blue. He had a couple blues in hand there,
Yeah.
so helped him out a bit. How much are you trying to hold on to Lake Frigids when you're playing? Like, is it just slap it out when you get it and
Just-
buy a turn or two, or are you trying to kind of hold them to later and have more ice cards? Or does it
Honestly, just
depend?
slap them down.
Yeah.
You don't typically keep them that long. At most two turns.
Yeah.
It's just a good way to bridge the gap and make sure you're not gonna
Die.
die, I guess. Yeah.
Nice. So he got a 7 go again into active Rosetta Thorn. And you blocked the first 7 out, and then did you take 4 there or 3?
Just 3.
How did you prevent one with the floating?
I had one floating
Yeah.
from blocking with Crown and Shield, yeah.
So 1 no room. I love how Oldhim uses his resources in your opponent's turn.
Yeah. You're just like activating Crown of Seeds, activating Shield. And pitching a blue means you can prevent Arcane as well. It's like really clean.
Yeah, yeah. A nice trifecta. Oh, burgeoning only.
Carl's
Oh,
realised just now that his burgeoning only blocks for 2, so he's just going to add the skull cap.
great sportsmanship there from James, not making a qualm about that. He says, all right, mate, if you don't want a frostbite, you don't have to have a frostbite this turn.
It would be pretty mean to make him use a grasp block for no reason.
That's true. Here he comes, though. What do we got here?
Mount Heroic into an... what's the one? It's the
Arcanic
Arcanic Shockwave, yeah.
So 7 damage. And he's going to keep the Heroic around till next turn at least with that Weave Earth in his pitch. So that's pretty hype. I mean, if you were on 10 less life, I'd be like, oh, this is
it could
dangerous
be a close
spot. Yeah. Oakenfold, having much success with that card?
The general idea is to just stack Oakenfold with either a pulse, or if you're lucky enough, you can get the right combination of earth and ice at the bottom along with it.
Yeah.
And you just play it late game as a finisher.
Yeah.
But you know what's even better with Oakenfold is Pummel. Because if they just go, oh, I guess I can just keep 2 cards and not block, and then you like pummel it. They discard 3 cards.
Wow.
That happened a lot actually on that day. So yeah, you're just pitch stacking Oakenfold most of the time.
Okay.
And not playing it until you find it a second time.
Yeah.
But it's obviously insane when you do get to play it.
So the pummel play, you're saying that's when you're not fusing it and you just pummel it?
No, you can fuse it.
Oh, okay.
Because you're always going to have all your
pummel the Winter's Bite.
Bite.
Is it Winter's Bite? No.
Winter's Whale.
Winter's Whale, yeah.
So many cards with winter in their name, eh?
Pummeling the Winter's Whale. That is hype.
Well, if he's blocking the hammer and deciding he really doesn't want that frostbite, and you're like, well, you can have it anyway.
Yes, and some damage. That's really good.
Yeah, it's like it feels really weird because in Bravo you'd almost never pummel a hammer unless it's going to kill someone. But it's actually super good value in this deck.
Yeah. So you had quite a few pummels?
I was playing 6 in the deck, 3 blues, 3 reds.
Yep.
Because you don't really care how much damage you're hitting over for, you just care about the discard aspect.
Yeah. And has he pitched 2 earth cards again here?
Yeah, so he's going to keep that heroic for a second.
But did he not even get an attack in that turn?
Yeah, he's not actually getting value this turn. But
that's a bummer.
At least he keeps it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just using a single card from hand to prevent it. I guess it's the same as same amount of damage blocked as if I just blocked the physical, but you don't get to lose that card from your deck. Didn't draw a frost card this time, so it's actually just a normal 4 damage.
Oh, how boring.
Unlucky, yeah.
Just a swing for 4. Good old romping club.
Yeah, but he is at 10, so it's actually still quite a threatening attack.
Oh!
The third sigil. Just for the Robins.
Oh, sigil, eh? Still a card. Always a card. And you've still got a full Crater Fist there as well. I think Carl's used up, from memory, both of his Skull Cap and Grass blocks. But so you've got 2 and 1
Still
left.
got Tunic and Spellbound Creepers to block with if it comes to it.
True, yeah.
But I think what I see in hand there is a Conch Pummel.
Oh.
So that might be a bit nasty next turn. And Sonata only grabs one, or no, it's two, I think. Let's try and decide what the second one is.
Scar for a scar. Love that card.
Pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Free go again. And it's 7 damage with the heroic in play as well.
I'm going to build an aggro earth Oldhim deck with Scar for a
Just show
Scar and Awakening. And
Actually, I was toying around with Snapdragon Scalar's Enlightened Strike. I think it might be a bit crazy, but
yeah.
Yeah, I do think Oldhim can punch hard and go crazy.
So it's a Scar for 7.
Yep,
and you
being
just
blocked for 7.
Blocked it all. And what? 3 cards in hand still.
Yep.
So if you...
So Command and Conquer, a pummel, and a blue is what's left in there.
Oh my gosh. And your
And I've got Tunic on 3 to have the exact amount of resources. So.
That was a classic brute play, Rhinar play of old. I remember having Tunic and blue with pummels.
Oh.
Yeah. So... Oh, is he playing the next one?
Yeah, he's decided it's better to get a new heroic rather than attacking for another 6 damage, I suppose.
Does he get the light?
Yeah, he played a
Sonata.
Sonata.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so that's pretty good.
So I guess getting a new heroic and a
lightning
token is better than just attacking for an extra 6 or 7 there.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good setup, but he does just have to survive, which I guess when you're looking at 3 cards and no arsenal, you assume you can.
I think it's a bit unfortunate here based off what my hand is. But actually, am I wrong? Is that a blue? It might not actually. I think I might not have.
Oh, you don't have the blue here. No,
yeah, it's actually not a blue.
Oh.
So I'm just playing a normal Command and Conquer and no arsenal slot.
Oh,
that's a bit rough.
So I guess the theory there is it's just better than...
It's just better than passing the turn or pitching all 3 cards. Oh, actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah, if I could pitch the Oakenold and the Command and Conquer and use Tunic to attack with Hammer, that seems pretty inefficient. And that was a lethal 6, was it? Or did he just block with 1 card? Oh, he blocked with 1 card. So, yeah. I don't know. That was also a bit of an anemic turn. I was hyping that turn up so much, and then it just ended up being...
Oh, he's hit.
Much.
He's hit a...
Heaven's Claws.
Heaven's Claw and a Weave Earth off the Tome of the Arknight. But he had a Snatch in hand. I don't know why he didn't just 7 Snatch. Because I guess he can play it now, and then he'll make another Lightning. So that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. So you can go Snatch for 7, Heaven's Claws for 8, Rosetta Thorn for 4.
This is a huge turn for Carl here, I think, depending, because he's got 2 resources left, and he's got the Weave Earth, so he can Heaven's Claw here with the heroic, so it's like quite a bit. Go again, +3.
8 go again? Yeah.
And then he's got a Weave Earth in hand, which will create the next lightning token. And then a Snatch for 7 and draw a card. If it hits. It's pretty decent. And you've got the double defense reaction. So block all of it. But yeah, this is where having the Crater Fist just seems gross. Although that weave, is that a blue Weave Earth? Was he playing blues? So that's for 8 again?
8 go again.
8 go again, and he's got the 1 floating. Wow, that's such a sick turn. even if you do block it all.
It was actually really solid sequencing as well because
Yeah.
I used the perfect 8 block on some useless
Yeah.
Heaven's Claws.
Yeah, he did well to hold the snatch there. I mean, getting an arsenal here would be huge for him. So, but you're like, okay, I'm gonna
Okay, I'm just gonna...
pitch something and prevent some damage first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Snatch will hit, won't it? What?
What happened
I think he missed it. Weave Earth pumps, right? If that's a Weave Earth.
It's only Earth and Elemental attacks get buffed.
No.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's why.
Bugger.
Yeah, it's not just a nimblism.
Oh, damn. Alright, Weave Earth's coming out of the deck. It did save his heroics though, so that was pretty good. And you kept a wind as well somehow. Jeepers. With a frigid as well, just in case you get back to it.
Yeah, it's just insane how many turns I can just block out and then come in with hammer anyway.
And I'd like to point out, for anyone considering playing Oldhim, probably, well, I'd suggest it's one of the first things to really do is learn to play it quickly.
Oh yeah.
If it's new to you, make your goal that you're going to play it quick. You're going to figure your blocks quick. And
if you've never played a slow deck before, just find a really patient friend and play against them until you get below 50 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before you even consider taking it to a timed event.
Is there some truth though? Like, I mean, this game looks like you are just blocking almost as much as you can, and like anything on hit relevant, you're blocking it out.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of assessing your hand in their turn and just trying to keep a blue ice card.
Essentially.
Yeah. And swing the hammer back. So
your turns are quite simple, yeah. So it's basically the majority of the time is spent on your opponent's turn.
And he's got a 1 and a 3 archaic. And 1 damage.
Well, it's buffed. Did he reveal off with that Bramble Spark? I can't remember.
No.
Okay. I think I just forgot about the shield. Oh.
Well, so Winter's Whale again, no frostbite threat this turn, but still doing the job. It's lethal. So I don't think we saw a single activation of Spellbound Creepers in this game.
No.
Some potentially
Was it just
could have had some there, I guess.
Just no opportunity to, or no?
So does it state you must attack with an attack action?
You have to have attacked first.
Yeah.
And you can actually activate it before the attack hits,
Which is amazing.
which is important for some of like plunder runs.
Yeah. With that play we saw Michael Feng
Yeah, that
in
happened
the US
in the
Nationals.
Or Nationals.
In the finals, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Command and Conquer.
And then Spellbound
Creeper
Creeper, Plunder
to
Run
Plunder
from
Run.
Arsenal. And then drew the card and bloody hit with Rosetta and his rune chart. It was crazy. Alright, so he's blocking 1. Wait. Oh, it's blocking 4 because of his embodiment of a Thunderstep.
Yeah.
There we go,
That's
see?
insane.
Crucial, those natural block 3 non-attack actions. Huge. Plunder Run, was that from hand though? Or was it Arsenal?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it would have been because he's got 3 cards still.
Wow.
So it's 10 damage
That's
if it
a
hits
lot.
draw.
No go
And
again.
just blocking it
So
out.
you're just blocking 10.
Blocking for 10. that, that was 3 Spinal Crush in the hand. Quite a weird hand. But
3 Spinal Crush.
3 Spinal Crush and an Ice card. So
Wow.
just super easy to block.
Biff, yeah.
Block 9 or 10. And
As we're saying, playing with pace, just, keep the blue ice and block with the rest. You kindly removing his embodiment tokens there.
yeah, I don't think we just kind of forget to remove stuff when it's.
There comes the spellbound creepers,
Yep,
To
Iron
block.
Rot Legs.
and it dies. It's a pretty new equipment, new deck. I mean, the reason I haven't built Briar already is, to give credit to everyone who's jumped in and playing it. It feels like a fair bit to think about.
Rune Blades tend to be quite complex in general.
Yeah. Just that getting the best value, I guess, out of that ability to mix arcane and physical. And with her hero ability, I think, sequencing is even more important. You want to try and capitalize, squeeze your opponent as much as you can with how and when you're creating lightning tokens and how you can get those arcane chips in for the extra embodiments and stuff like that. So
Yeah, well, that's the aim of the game for Runeblade against control decks like this Oldhim.
more arcane damage for embodiment tokens.
Yeah, just making sure you can get really annoying numbers as well.
Yeah.
Because even though Oldham's better at blocking the even numbers of damage, like 4 and 7 or 5 and annoying numbers like that, it still puts
Tough.
a toll.
Yeah.
Puts a tax on
Over the
on
longer
it.
game.
If you get overwhelmed by it, they're going to leak damage.
Yeah. So he's just passing turn.
Yeah.
So blocks out, gets a load of frostbites against Winter's Bite and Endless Winter.
Yeah. And we're actually back to the bottom of the deck now. Oldhim has gone through their entire deck already. Just because cycling Crown and things like that, and blocking with pretty much your entire hand every turn, you go through your deck much faster than your opponent will.
Right, yeah. That's good to know. I wish I could play Crown of Seeds in my Prism deck.
If everyone could play Crown of Seeds, then it would be
Like,
the most expensive legendary ever.
actually, Crown would be so good in Prism, because Prism, to me, doesn't use her arsenal
Picture blue,
with
make
the
a
same
shield, block with
importance.
Crown.
Yeah. And doesn't use her arsenal with the same importance that other decks do. So you just...
Meanwhile, here's a pummel for lethal. with a
Oh, the Winter's Whale pummel lethal. Oh, well done, James. So you clinched the first round of CC there. So going to 4-1. And may your run continue.
hot streak. It's gonna
We'll
keep
see
going.
you, I guess, in the next video. Well done.
See you later.